lies. It was just
bullshit. What's the difference?
It wasn't lies. It was
just bullshit. The proper way to say it. No lies, just bullshit. The proper way to say it. No lies, just bullshit. The proper way to say it. No lies, just bullshit. The proper way to say it. No lies, just bullshit.
Who said liar? I said bullshit artist. And what's the difference? Because I don't lie.
Hello and welcome to No Lies Just Bullshit. I'm your host, Nick Swartz. Thank you so much for tuning in to the sickest podcast in the world. I say that because I'm sick as a dog and I have been for about 4 days. I don't know if there's any feeling better in sight, but I'm hoping for it soon. I'm going to make this quick. Go to LionsTattooSupply.com. They're the best. You can get lineage needles, you can get disposables, you can get power supplies, machines, table drapes, whatever you need to run your shop, Thermofax paper. They're really, really the best. They're out of Richmond, Virginia, and they're owned by tattooers, and they're really supportive, and they've been good to us for years now, supporting No Lies Just Bullshit, supporting Alley Cat Tattoo, and they are all around good folks. So go check them out at LionsTattooSupply.com, and also they are supporting the Shenandoah Rose. And if you're not aware, this August 7th, 8th, and 9th, Alley Cat Tattoo will be celebrating 25 years of tattooing in the Shenandoah Valley with a tattoo convention. We're calling it the Shenandoah Rose, and we're going to have 22 of the greatest tattooers alive. They're going to be right here at our shop. I've announced a handful of them already. My buddy Nick Hall. I've announced Mike Wilson, Mac Tyre, Timothy Hoyer, Chad Chesko, a bunch of them. This week I want to let y'all know that Kurt Bayer will be coming all the way from the Pacific Northwest, Northern California. Kurt is a beast. He's a great tattooer. He's a great guy. If you're not familiar with Kurt, definitely check out Kurt Bayer on Instagram. That's CurtBaer. He's my homie. And, a few years back when I was kind enough to get a veil back together for you guys, Kurt flew out, hung out, did a podcast, smoked some cigars, drank some whiskey, and then we went to a veil show. It was incredible. He's a good dude. And we're happy to be affiliated with him. And we're also happy that he's going to be at the Shenandoah Rose. So be sure and check him out. And that's about it as far as announcements go. This episode, and I'm sorry I sound like shit and I feel rough, but I'm really excited about this episode. I've been trying to get this bagged up for years. It's my buddy Sam Clayman from Virginia Beach, and on Instagram he goes by Art Vandelay, and we make some Seinfeld jokes and some references, but man, Sam's a really good guy. He's a Virginia fella. He grew up in the Virginia Beach Tidewater area. Actually, he grew up in Kings Grant, which is the area where my grandparents lived. And as this conversation unfolded, we realized how much we had in common. A lot, in the hip hop, in the art, and that sort of thing. But man, fun conversation, fun guy, really great anecdotal story about one of the greatest tattooers, or maybe the one. I had a great time, man. And I've been, Sam's been a supporter of No Lies Just Bullshit for many years. He used to be in the spirits business, and he definitely supplied us with some great bourbon. And man, I'm just glad we're able to get together. I hope we'll get together and do it again in the future. Here it is. No Lies Just Bullshit, Sam Clayman.
Yo, do the knowledge to the master builder, blowing the spliff, the new millennium, Hiram a Biff. Gotta watch what I say to you niggas, so I code my station, cause this shit ain't really past the statute of limitations. The streets still holler about how strong I am. Niggas I hurt still holler about how wrong I am. As a little nigga broke, baking soda and coke, had me amazed how my steady hand kept it afloat. Let it sit, cool it hard.
So, is it true you always wanted to pretend to be an architect?
Yeah, I'm a importer exporter. Yeah, man, that's it.
I'm telling you, when we first discovered you, that's why all of us started following you. Everybody in my crew is Seinfeld fanatics.
Yeah. Porter,
Andrew, Jake.
Yeah.
And Richie nowadays, fanatics.
Well, they've got good taste, man.
I love that shit.
They've got good taste. Yeah, I've been, it's gotten to the point the older I'm getting, like the more, and especially since Curb came out. God, Curb came out I think like early 2000, maybe 2001. I mean, I'm a Larry David guy, and George Costanza is it.
on the show. Him and his dad.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Kramer's great. They're all great. Jerry is like, to be honest, I could do without him
Me too.
altogether.
But he's and Elaine. But George is so slimy.
Elaine's so hot. Yeah, George is it. George is the show. There should have been a spinoff. Like, spinoffs suck. I don't watch a lot of TV now. But had there been a Costanza, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah. So terrible.
Yeah.
And I love the curb stuff, man. He's just... It makes you climb the walls sometimes. It's so fucking cringy.
Yeah.
But the best stuff on that is with Leon.
Yeah, I was on his podcast.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
On,
JB, yeah.
What's that like? He's amazing.
He's
bro.
a cool bitch.
Such a fly guy.
Yeah, so they put my art up there, and then I just briefly spoke to him, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's cool. He went to Norfolk State.
Oh,
I don't know where he's from originally. I think he is, I don't want to misspeak. I think he is, though, originally from the area.
He's hilarious, man, but his gear, he's always so fly.
Oh, I know.
He's always
I
just
know.
dressed incredible.
I've gotten online trying to look for some of his shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like, what is Leon wearing in this episode, like, trying to find the shirt.
Yeah.
And he's just a cool motherfucker, man. And those interactions with him and Larry they're priceless.
When they're just walking along and Larry goes, "Are you happy with your color?" And he goes, "Motherfucker, right." Fucking mahogany.
Yeah.
He goes, "You happy with your color?" Larry goes, "Nah." And Larry goes, nah. That's so amazing.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, that's my shit.
So good.
So are you from, you said, as soon as I mentioned Virginia Beach earlier, you said, "I love it." Are you from here originally?
Yeah, man. Born and raised here. It's cool. I grew up in this neighborhood called Kings Grant, the Grunt.
Oh, you finished that.
Nah, what's up?
My grandparents lived on Watergate Lane, and I spent every summer.
Dude, I live off Watergate.
Now? Or then?
No, like the house that my wife and I live in now is Quinby Trail, which is off water.
Okay, that's true.
That is weird, man.
So
yeah.
the corner of Kings Grant and Watergate, there's a big gardenia bush on the corner, like it's like a blind spot.
Yeah.
That's my granny's house.
What?
I still go trim gardenias there in the summer when I come here. I spent every summer there.
That is wild, man. Yeah, like there's.
Whenever I talk about it, I'm like, I kind of hung out in the Kings Grant area. That's always how I describe it. So when you said,
I've never heard you talk. I never heard you mention it. I don't think you've ever mentioned it on a podcast. At least one that I've heard.
Maybe I have, but yeah, dude. That's
I don't know if the guys at the shop, like Mike or any of those guys, ever mentioned it like in passing. But yeah, I didn't know that. That's pretty wild.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, there's some connections, man. I reached out to you like long ago. Like my grandparents on my dad's side lived in Harrisonburg.
Yeah.
In their adult years. My dad was born there. My dad was born in Roanoke, but grew up in Harrisonburg. So all of his...
Andrew and I came from Roanoke to Harrisonburg.
Yeah.
But Kings Grant, man, I would like feed the ducks at that pond.
That's so weird, man.
And that corner house is like 3137.
Yeah.
Watergate Lane.
Yeah.
And then there was a family next door, the last name Pool, and we spent a lot of time with them because they had an actual pool, and that was dope. The people that lived there before them had a weird name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Chances of you knowing those people
such
are
a
slim.
Small world, yeah.
But yeah, I skateboarded over there all the time because, you know, the way the curves, the curves were curved.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of get you a leg up when you're learning.
Tail slide, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. But yeah, I grew up a mile away off Edinburgh. My folks still live in that house. So it's really cool, man, because like I moved away for a little while, came back, but now my wife and I are raising our son in the same neighborhood that I grew up in. So it's like it's so nice to be able to like share that in common with my boy and watch him not just like in our neighborhood, but just in this city, you know, kind of take everything in from a fresh perspective with that like youthful scope. It's just like, it's really bright. It's nice.
Man, I'm so nostalgic and I'm so sentimental. We were driving to Ancient Art today and we got off Lynn Haven and I was just looking at that brick church and I go, man, I like to ride by my granny's, but we should probably just go get this done. And he goes, no, you want to go by your granny's? Let's go. The kid that's with me, I let him drive my Cadillac and he's giddy. And I was like, nah, we gotta go see Stackney. We'll do this, that, and the third. And but I'll probably go over there tomorrow before I leave town.
Oh man, well holler at me because I'm like right down the street. We could have done it at my crib.
Yeah, we should have talked more. But anyway, I love that neighborhood. It means a ton to me. My grandparents are great people. They sort of were the reason my brother and I didn't end up, because you've probably heard me tell a ton of fucking crazy redneck, violence, poverty stories. Yeah. And the reason that we still ended up okay is because our grandparents.
They kept you straight.
They took us out of it. They gave us someone to disappoint. Yeah. They, we knew, like, I would literally be at crossroads, like, about to fucking steal the rims off a car or break in something and look at my homies and think about my granny and be like, nah, I'll catch y'all later. Yeah,
I like that story that you've told about how your grandfather lent you some money, I think, and you were working somewhere like fast food restaurant. You're putting $50 aside, like paying yourself, and then when you finally got enough to repay him, he was like, "We're good, but don't spend that money. Just keep saving.
Keep it in the bank. Yeah.
That's nice.
He was a great man, and she was incredible, and they weren't easy on me though. Yeah. They weren't mean. They were just firm. They taught me how to work. Like we worked. That yard was impeccable. We cleaned the gutters every summer. We painted the building out back every summer. We worked for that stuff. And my granny didn't drive a car, so if we want to come to the beach, we took a bus, which was a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. But we did it. And she just, they taught us how to work, and they taught us patience, and they were just great folks, man. And they loved it here. Like, they're from the mountains, but they loved it here. And so they had 7 grandchildren, and when school would let out, the following week, they'd come and get one of my cousins, bring him here for a week, come back, get another one. And by the time it was my turn, I would just say, hey, I just want to stay as long as you'll let me. If I can stay 2 weeks, I'll stay 2 weeks. If I can stay the summer, I'll stay the summer. Any amount in between. And so there was a handful of years where I got to stay a month, and it just was just such an escape from the bullshit back home, and so much fun. And like I said, it wasn't like fucking just beach and bullshit. It was work, but it was so worth it. My granny made me go to church, which I didn't love, but I got to sit next to her, and she was great. And, a lot of great memories.
That's cool, man. I love that you had that time here. Yeah, that's so wild.
I also saw the first time I saw somebody get stabbed up was right down here on Atlantic.
Oh yeah.
And it was so much prison style. Me and my 12-year-old cousin Jay, we were both 12. We're walking to get an ice cream or something. I can't even believe we were down here at night. You know what I'm saying? It was like maybe 10 o'clock. And this dude bumped into me really hard and like shouldered me. And when I turned around, he had his hood up and he was clearly like, so he never looked back at me. And I just seen him just tap, 4 times, just stabbed this dude and kept walking, like prison style.
Shit.
Just kept walking. The dude fucking fell out.
On the boardwalk? On
Atlantic?
Yeah.
And there was people everywhere.
Yeah, man. It can be rough. I mean, I think it's pretty clean now.
It's the only time I ever saw anything like that.
There's not a lot of bullshit down here now. I mean, I don't know. That shit's everywhere.
Of course.
Kinda, yeah.
It's definitely in the country.
Yeah, but I love not the violence, but like I love kind of the convergence of the grit, and then the majestic beauty of Atlantic Ocean there, and like both of those together, especially. I mean, that's what inspires all of my art. Like that's what I love. That's why I'm down here. That's why I will always live here. Like,
well, there's a real rawness to the people who work construction here, and who work in the ocean, and who fucking fish, and who there's a real rawness to those people. They look like Sky Southerland, where they're just fiery red on the chest and neck. You know what I mean? And you can tell like they never stopped working, so when they're 50, they're still super fucking strong.
Oh, for sure.
But they've lived gnarly.
Oh yeah.
And you can see it, and they're just peppered in with the lady in the Burberry jacket
vacationing
at a
spirit.
bakery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're literally
but even the folks on vacation here, like I love it's like a common misconception that like I poke fun at a lot of the shit that I do. But it's like I'm not poking fun at shit. Like I love
and that's
how fucking different.
The DMs I send you, I've commented a ton. I feel like when you shoot those people live in the town I grew up in.
Right.
And I don't think all of you making fun of them. I think
Never.
you're looking at them and going, "This is a real person.
Yeah.
And they lived."
Yeah, I'm not making spectacles out of shit.
I don't see it that way. I understand why people do,
Yeah.
because the world's a cynical place. But when I see it, man, I'm so stoked. Like, I'm stoked that you share those photographs. Obviously, I'm sure that a lot of your paintings come from those photographs.
Well, that's
when
what.
you share those photographs, I'm just so hype. And it, you know, it'll be so ironic. It'll be somebody in a bikini lighting a fucking super long cigarette or something. It's like, that makes sense. But there it is in real life.
It's a Seinfeld episode. It's like, even if you aren't in the scenario, it's so familiar to you. You know what I mean?
Big time.
Like, you can relate. It's relatable.
You know, my old man used to always tell this joke. He's a hillbilly, and he played guitar, and he's talking about coming down here, and he'd be like on the second or third floor playing guitar on his balcony, and when good-looking women walk by, he'd be like, "Hey, girls, y'all got any requests?" And he said they always wanted to hear "Jump."
That's good. That's good. Oh, I like that.
That was his like Virginia Beach joke.
Oh,
he was a Buckrow Beach kind of guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was a construction guy. So we'd go to Buckrow Beach, man. And the last time I went to Buckrow Beach, his best friend, I don't remember his real name, but he went by the name of Tussie, and I don't know why. But his name was Tussie, and he was just a wild motherfucker.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, he lived down here, and he would come up to the mountains. And I seen him and his girlfriend snort some Viagra off a block of wood one time.
The girl was...
Both of them were.
Wow.
They split it. They crushed it up, split it, and
what a wild bitch.
both of them were fucking party machines. And he always had a different girl with him, and they were always about that life, you know, just blow, liquor, whatever you got.
Right.
And the last time I partied at Buckrow Beach was probably in 2008 or maybe 10. And old man called Tussie, and Tussie came over. He said, "Come on, boy, I need to get some stuff out of the truck." And we go down there, and he just pulls out a handful of, like, his pocket. And there was like 10 different pills and lint and pennies and fucking all kinds of shit. He goes, "You want to go up or you want to go down?"
Jesus Christ.
And I go, and this motherfucker's 58 years old.
Right.
And I go, "I'm going to stay even with this booze and reefer." And he goes, "Oh, you got reefer?" And I got plenty of reefer. He goes, "All right." He like pulls out 3 different pills, pops them, pulls out some Canadian Mist, chugs Canadian Mist, pass me the bottle. I chugged some liquor with him.
Yeah.
And then we went upstairs, man, and ordered pizza and just drank a fuck ton of beer and smoked a couple blunts, man.
Yeah.
And it was the
Is Tussie still with us?
Tussie's not with us. And his pop. Neither one of them.
Damn.
But they lived, you know, like it was Saturday all the time.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They were fun.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't hurt nobody.
You know, you only get one shot at this.
Fucking right.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming to town, man.
Thank you, sir, for spending a little time with me.
It was really cool to kind of get better acquainted, because I've been such a fan of what you're doing for so long, you know, tattoo enthusiast. But like, it's cool, man. That's, like I said, like the connection that I just discovered about you and your grandparents in Kings Grant. But then, like, my grandparents, to bring this full circle, they lived off Reservoir, and you're getting ready to, Alley Cat's getting ready to celebrate 25.
Yes, sir.
So that's perfect, because I'll tell you a quick story. It's pretty wild.
Lay it on me.
I was with my grandma, and we were at little, probably like 4'1" Jewish lady, and we were heading to her house. And y'all that shop must have just opened, the old location.
Yeah.
And we were riding by, and I had just gotten tattooed. My first tattoo. I got tattooed in Radford, Virginia, by this old heroin addict at this crazy shop off like Main Street.
Do you remember the name of
I forget the name of the shop.
Was it Mystic Tattoo, was it?
No.
Okay.
I don't think. I don't know. There was only 1 or 2 shops. Like, it might have been it. If that was a shop.
And the dude he was tattooed down to his fingernails. Just
scraggly. Yeah. He was talking about heroin the whole time.
His name was Lacey. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's the guy that gave me a real. I mean, his hand was shaking.
He was so shady that I used to sell him jewelry, and he would tip me joints, and I'd throw him out the window because I just didn't trust him.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know any better. I just wanted to get tattooed.
That's a great first tattoo.
Right. His hand was shaking the whole time, and it was just him and whatever the lady, whatever the situation there with the chick that was in there.
She was a lot younger.
They were talking about heroin the whole time, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Yeah. But anyway, it was a fun experience, kind of. So I just gotten tattooed. It's tiny tattoo, like a nautical star, right? And
Classic.
yeah, and I was with my grandma a few weeks later, and we're driving past your shop. Back in the day, there used to be like an ice cream shop right there on that road.
Mm-hmm.
But at any rate, there's people hanging out front, just at, you know, again, this must have been 2001.
Me and Andy, probably.
Covered in tats, and my grandma was just like, oh, why people would do that to their body. And I had just gotten tattooed.
Yeah.
So it's so cool to like connect with you. You guys are celebrating 25 years, and it's just like I said, I've always felt like there's a connection there. Like
Definitely,
there's
man.
something nostalgic for me in Harrisonburg. So it's cool to like.
My granny, I continued to come visit her after I turned 18, and I got tattooed on my 18th birthday, and then I came, which is in June. I came down here in August, and we were gonna go next door swimming at the pool's house, and she was about to see my first tattoo. So I said, Granny, I have something I gotta tell you. I said, I got a tattoo on my arm. She said, let me see it. And I showed it to her, and she went, son, don't ever make that mistake again.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know what it's like. I know what it's like for sure.
Yeah, the Jewish faith too. They're kind of like, you don't alter your body.
Yeah.
I've never really asked. I'm not religious, but my dad's Jewish and my mom's Southern Baptist. So yeah. So they were like, we're gonna raise our kids to just be good people. We'll expose them to stuff and let them find their way.
Are either one of them practicing in their religion?
Not really. I mean, my dad during
Sure, your
like
mom does Christmas, your dad does Hanukkah probably?
Yeah, growing up we kind of did that. We went through the motions of both.
Yeah.
But yeah, during like high holy days, my dad might go to temple. My mom doesn't go to church. Great people, best people on the planet. So anyway.
Yeah. My mom grew up Catholic school and just told us there was no God.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like that's down. It can't be real if that's how they're running it.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
She was like, it can't be real if that's the way they're running it.
Yeah,
Straight up.
heavy.
She hated it. She's in Brooklyn, New York, and she just the nuns were terrible. And
Yeah.
every day she dreaded. And
It's like that's pretty much the common theme that you hear about people and kids, especially of an older generation, about their experiences in Catholic school. Was it rough?
it's terrible. Yeah. She
Yeah.
hated it. But yeah, she's like, you can decide whatever you want.
Yeah.
She's like, there's a lot of options out there, and you can pick whatever team you want to be on.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, there's no God. No, I don't believe it.
Wow.
And she told me that when I was probably 6 or 7. You know.
So do you feel like that stuck with you? What's your faith like now?
You know, I believe in an intelligent design, like a creator, but I'm not a Christian or anything else.
Right.
And you know, at first, it left me really confused for many years because everybody I knew would go to church, and I was like, why is everybody wasting their time if it's not real? And my granny really wanted to impress upon me how important it was. And then when I first started to come around, so I had moved to Roanoke, and I was working in the industry making body jewelry and selling it all over. And my grandmother died, my great-grandmother. And she was tremendous, and she was one of the older people in my family who didn't give a damn about my tattoo. She said, Nicholas, you're a great person, and that's all that matters to me.
That's cool as shit.
And she was incredibly devout Christian. And so she mailed her daughter, my grandmother, a letter and said, when I pass away, open this letter and read it to your kids and your grandkids. So when she died, we go there and they take out this letter, and it says, if you're reading this, don't be sad for me. There's an incredible reunion taking place in heaven. I'm with my sisters and your father, and I couldn't be happier. And the Lord has welcomed me in his arms, and that's what I've been waiting for my entire life. And I don't want you to worry about me, and I don't want you to worry about putting me to rest. So I would like to be buried in my in a certain dress, and I've labeled it. It's in my closet, and I'd like to have my glasses on with an open casket. Here's the name of the preacher that I would like to preach over me, and here's his phone number. If you call, I've had my headstone prepared and paid for, and all you have to do is add the second date. The flowers I'd like to have on my casket are paid for, and they're at this place.
Wow.
And she just gives this story of a reunion and a party in heaven and the joy that she's experiencing as we're reading this. Like she's saying, as you're reading this, I'm celebrating with my sister Ruth, things like that. And so I was like, there's no way this woman was a fool.
Yeah.
And so that didn't make me a Christian, but it made me come around to the idea of an afterlife and and that being a special warm thing instead of a fearful thing, you know?
A scenario like that's going to impact you.
Because like a lot of Southern Baptists, your mom will probably tell you, like, fear God, be afraid of judgment.
Right.
You better behave now because you're going to be judged, and that's like the first step toward getting to heaven. And I was just like, it doesn't seem too great to me.
Yeah, the irony about my folks is that Southern Baptists, and I'm definitely abbreviating a lot of this, and I might be wrong, but I mean, a lot of them believe that, you know, Jews are burn in hell, and she married one. Yeah. So that was wild.
Defiant.
I think a wild time for her and my pops, because you know, the Jewish faith are pretty traditional in their beliefs, that, like, especially in that time frame, like 60s, 70s. Yeah. Kind of stay with your own.
Well, you know, I never even met anyone Jewish until I moved to Roanoke.
Really?
There's no synagogue. There's no Jew. I mean, I'm sure there's a few Jewish people, and if I thought back about last names, it'd probably be easier. But there's definitely no worship place for them in my town. And then when I moved to Roanoke, I worked with a guy named Adam Saul, who was a tattooer, and we became instant buddies. Yeah. And we're still friends, and he's great. And, you know, Yoni is an incredible Jew, and I love him. And Jill Bonnie, incredible, and I love her. And my girl, Nikki Balls, and, you know, these are my close friends in this business, you know. Right. And so I love those folks. But yeah, I never.
Funny people, man.
I just watched this Mel Brooks documentary.
I saw the first one. I think there's 2 parts, maybe. Yeah. I saw
incredible. What a guy. I had no idea he was in World War II and all the stuff he did.
He's a bad motherfucker. You know, some of his shit, like, like, some of it I really love, and some of it is just I've never thought was really that funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way with Monty Python.
Yeah.
Like, some of it I dig, and some of it I'm like, it didn't hit for me.
Yeah.
But his contribution.
Oh, for sure.
And his influence are so important and so broad.
Without a doubt.
And his disposition is incredible.
Oh, he's killing.
He's a nice guy. You know,
killing.
Great.
Yeah.
Him and Carl Reiner are great folks, man.
Yeah.
And he also, Brooks Pictures, like when you get into the second part, they talk about all the strange movies that he produced through his production company, that, like The Fly and things like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You wouldn't have known he was back in these projects, and they're so weird.
Yeah.
But he was letting people be free to express themselves. Really cool stuff.
Yeah,
David Lynch.
Cool.
You know, David Lynch, one of the first movies that his production company ever put out was a David Lynch film, and I forget, it was about a monster. It was Elephant Man.
Yeah, I would never associate him with anything like that.
That's why I found it so interesting.
Spaceballs.
He was allowing people to express themselves and be free. And Spaceballs, Porter's a nut for Blazing Saddles. That's his favorite fucking movie.
Yeah, I gotta just check that out again.
It never hit for me the way it hit for Porter.
Yeah.
But I love Spaceballs. I love The History of the World, part 1.
Yeah,
when I was a kid, it was so fucking crazy. All the Victorian scenes and the girls' boobs all pressed up.
Did he do Mars Attack? No.
No.
I
can't remember who did. A lot of people in the tattoo business are crazy about that movie.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
So, well, I was going to ask you a question, and then I'll let you go. I don't know what it was. Anyway, I want to talk more about these people that you see out here, if you're down.
Yeah.
At what point did you go, I'm going to start photographing and drawing these folks, and then you recently made a brief comment about, I don't know if it's permission or if it was...
someone got me. So, and I've gone, so I'll go through that. So my process has never changed in terms of, like, I've been drawing my whole life, like, not well, but I draw, right? And that's what I love to do. And growing up, my folks were both in education. My dad was a principal, my mom was a teacher. So my dad worked 12 months, my mom had the summers off, so she had to find shit for me and my brother to do, especially when we were young. Sure. So going to the beach was easy, right? Sure. So we spent a lot of time down here.
Did y'all have a street you went to every time?
Nah.
We were 27th Street. Oh,
nah,
McDonald's right there.
Nah, the older I got, it was typically always North End.
Sure.
But we spent a lot of time down here too. Even in the evenings, like if there was something going on, like my folks, I remember like we would come down here a lot just to do stuff in the evening, walk around.
Yeah.
So I always gravitated towards like, you know, how colorful the characters of people were, you know, and some of my like brightest childhood memories were sitting at a kitchen table, like I'm talking I was little, really young, and making like having my mom and I making my mom draw, and so I could draw. I just loved to draw.
Yeah.
So that's always been my thing, you know. I grew up like playing pretty competitive soccer, and I loved skateboarding, but like drawing, I've always done it.
Okay.
So at any rate, like went to school, graduated college, didn't know what the hell I was gonna do. Like probably the majority of my generation that were going to college in the early 2000s, and didn't even think to get a degree in art at all. Took a lot of art classes, like studio art classes, drawing, sculpture, stuff, you know, stuff that I was interested in, photography, but, you know, never thought like, hey, maybe one day I should base this education into a field that might be a career path. Anyway,
you said your process never changed.
Yeah. So like I'd always come down here, like always, all seasons. Like, you know, regardless of the weather, I'd come down here and just hang out, sit at a bench on the boardwalk, sketch.
Best people watching.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best, and I've got my spots. Probably about I'd say like a decade ago, I started taking a lot of photos, and I started painting a lot, and nothing again has ever changed in terms of like what the reference or what the muse or inspiration, whatever you want to call it, has been as the root of what it is that I do. Like, I think that it's really fun to look at what you're describing and what I'm describing. So it's like, what better way to kind of pay homage to that than to like draw it and paint it.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. And yeah, it's just a reflection of everything that I see, whether I'm taking an actual snapshot of it or if it's just like a mental snapshot.
Sure.
So yeah, ride my bike down the boardwalk. I typically every day during the spring and summer, probably starting in like May, I'll be down here every morning, and I'll cruise probably about 4 miles up and down, and just take it in. And it's become like a ritual thing where it's like I need it. I need to do it. Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's again, it's just the people are so real, and you also, you know, I've been posted up in West Virginia at a little motor lodge in the middle of fucking nowhere, and there'll be a family drinking liquor in the parking lot, saying, "We're going to Virginia Beach. We're coming from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
We do it every year. This is our halfway."
Yeah.
And they're just, and their kids are in their fucking 30s and 40s,
Mm-hmm.
and they're sitting. You know, these are not people with money.
Mm-hmm. They
They don't have nice vehicles. They have lawn chairs in the parking lot of a motor lodge in Raynell, West Virginia, which is a remote place. And they're like, "This is our yearly." And when they come here, and when we came here with my grandparents, we went to a nice neighborhood and did nice things. But my family was poor, and so we never took vacations. But when my old man, he was injured on the railroad, and he got a little bit of settlement money. And so he told me, he goes, I think I was probably 22, 23, maybe a little bit older. And he goes, we're going to take a beach vacation, and I'm going to take your mom and you're going to take your sister. And what he was telling me was that I was going to pay for my sister's
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And he goes, we're going to get rooms next to each other. And then you get here and you go to the fucking grocery store and you buy a loaf of bread, turkey, ham, cheese, mayo, salt and pepper, and you eat one meal out a day.
Yeah.
And that's usually dinner. And one of those dinners is Captain George's, and the others is oceanfront stuff.
Yeah.
You know? But we ate out of our room every fucking day, and that's what poor people did. And you can fucking see people eating their fucking sandwiches.
Oh, for
out
sure,
here,
man. That's
or
not,
on their balcony
yeah.
having a bologna and cheese sandwich. And these are real people that work for a living, and it's a
work hard and like decide that they're gonna go on vacation and they're gonna come here. Like, I'm proud that like this place still serves that. You know what I mean?
100%, man. I never was an Outer Banks guy. Nothing against it. I never was a Myrtle Beach guy. Always was about Virginia Beach. And when I started bringing my family to the beach, my kids, it was this beach.
That's cool, man.
You know?
Yeah, it's I'm fortunate that like it does have that blue collar, like, you know, again, I've said it a lot, but it's like the vacationing spirit down here. You see like the total spectrum.
Yeah.
Right? So like I love
go
that.
to Sandbridge and spend Outer Banks money.
Oh, for sure.
And it's cool too.
Yeah.
But this stuff, man.
I love it.
I love it.
Fucking love it.
So, when did you start showing art, and what was your trajectory like as far as like starting to get some attention or having openings and things like that?
Yeah. So there was so I moved to Hawaii right after college, and spent some time there. And while I was there, they had a nice. I mean, the culture out there for art and music is pretty rich.
Yeah.
And they do these first Aloha Fridays, right? And there was a really cool community, or there was, I'm sure it's even better now, in Haleiwa, which is like North Shore. And anyway, I just met a few people, and they were like, do you want to start showing your work? We do these shows. And I was like, yeah. So I did, and so I started showing my paintings for the first time out there, outside of like some stuff that I had done at Old Dominion, which is where I went to college. Well, I went to Radford for a couple years, and I lived with some hippies from Roanoke that, I mean, I was just getting exposed to everything, and I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, my grades were like good because I was going to school, but I was also in a relationship with a girl here, and I was like, I need to get the hell out of this environment before something bad does happen. Anyway,
hippies from Roanoke push the party to the extreme.
Dude, this one guy, and he was really intelligent, like incredible musician. He loved drugs, loved them.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that he wouldn't do. So anyway, so I came home and I finished at Old Dominion, met a girl there. She grew up, split time between staff. Like, anyway, I don't even need to talk about that. But that took me out to Hawaii and started showing work there. When we came back, lucky for me, like there was some people here that were trying to like cultivate a better art scene in Virginia Beach, because that was non-existent when I was growing up here. Like there was not a scene here. Richmond, DC, that was it for music and anything. Like there was some bands. There was a spot in Norfolk. King's Head. I forget what the fuck it was called, but there's some like hardcore bands would play there, and some punk bands would play there. But if I wanted to go to a show, or if I wanted to get exposed to art, I would have to travel. So when I came home, there was one girl in particular that was trying to get some things moving, and it was cool. I came back at the right time. And then from that point on, it just started elevating, and it's gotten better, and we're still far from where we should be.
Sure.
In this town. You know, I think that some good things are happening. But what's really like inspiring and motivating is the fact that like the generation coming up is like really demanding of cool shit.
Yeah.
So the folks, you know, that are now in their mid 30s to 50s are like really excited about that. And it's allowing us to do things that we want to do, and the audience is here to support it.
You know, the opposite of what you're talking about, the most art, as far as art is concerned, whether it's in an Airbnb or at my granny's good friend Doris Pinkham's house growing up, or
great name.
Yeah, Doris Pinkham, she was amazing.
Damn.
Bro. She just looked like just burnt to the core.
Yeah.
But was in her 70s, still wearing bikinis.
I love that.
Just like big sunglasses, Jewish lady, amazing.
Yeah.
And but the decor in people's homes and Airbnbs and hotels, the shells, the fucking the broken piece of wood,
Jesus.
the fucking
Live, laugh,
ship
love.
wheel, all the signs, every single sign.
Word art, it's just
so discouraging. The fish, the just corny ass shit. It's the worst. It's the opposite of what you're talking about. It's just like that would be the biggest bummer.
Well, that shit is here.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
And it's like not going away.
I know.
I was talking to, I ran into Ed at Trask. You know Ed?
Oh, yeah.
I ran into him. Yeah, he played drums, yeah. I was in Richmond and I was eating breakfast and he walked in. And I was like, Ed, what's up? Because he and I had recently talked about doing some things with, potentially like having some Richmond artists come up here and then some beach artists go there and kind of cross promote and do some fun like exhibitions. So anyway, catching up with him and we were laughing about just that. Just the sheer fact that coastal communities in general, especially like resort towns. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about more so is like on people's walls.
I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. Lighthouse, starfish.
Yeah.
Here
Lush
you see
shells.
fucking Neptune, King Neptune everywhere.
Which the statue's dope. Like I like the statue up here. At least when I was a kid.
It's killer. It's a sad story. That fucking story is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So it's good that people are in town. There's some like really, really talented people here. And yeah, man, I think the future is bright for the arts and music scene here.
So you mentioned Hawaii. How'd you meet old Ed Hardy?
Yeah, so I was working at a FedEx like little shipping warehouse type situation. And he came in. And I'm so embarrassed by this story because this was like 2008. And while I was like starting to get tattooed, I wasn't spending the time. It wasn't as accessible. Like I was interested in it because I loved it. Like I was really digging tattoos and getting interested in the culture and everything behind it. But I wasn't educated at the time about it. I mean, I think there was a few publications out like tattoo magazines and shit. But outside of that, I didn't know anything.
Sure. So
he walked in and we just struck up a conversation. And he saw the koi under my arm. And he was like, cool tattoo. I didn't even know who he was.
Of course. Well, how would you?
Yeah.
There's so much stuff in art that you know as well as I do. Someone has to turn a light on you for you.
Yeah.
Someone has to expose you to something.
Yeah.
And so Andrew Connor had to tell me who Ed Hardy was.
Yeah.
And if he just walked into the fucking wherever I was working, I worked at warehouse or service merchandise, a warehouse like that one time. If he walked in there, I wouldn't have fucking known who he was.
So he was shipping paintings back. He was it's fucking wild.
He was probably shipping the most amazing shit.
He showed me photos of he wasn't unrolling them, but he was shipping and he was showing me photos on one of those tiny digital cameras back then. Because like I said, it seems like it wasn't that long ago. But 2008 is fucking some time ago, you know what I mean?
Probably a powerful memory for you because he's an icon.
Icon, and it was like so much more impactful, after the fact. And after that, I was like, man, I hope I run into that guy again. And he wrote his number on that card.
That's dope.
And I never called him.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's faded. So like if you look at it, you can see like pen of what he wrote on there. But he was like he was the nicest dude. He was just like, and it was a very fleeting moment. But he complimented the tattoo. He asked me where I had it done, and I had gotten it done in Richmond by this guy named I don't know where he's still. Brandon, I believe his last name's Saunders.
Yeah, I know Brandon.
Do you know Brandon?
Yeah.
Fucking
still tattoos.
Killer tattooer.
Yeah.
Man, where is he now?
He's got his own studio.
Is he still in Richmond?
He's still in Richmond. He still does his thing. He's got a family.
Yeah,
good guy.
Yeah, that guy. He was a good tattooer. That's when I was like, man, that was the first person, because I just walked into that shop. It was called Red Dragon. I had a buddy.
Yeah, I was going to say, he worked at Red Dragon, which is where Josh Brown and George Archer got their starts. There's like a legendary shop.
George was there when I was there. I mean, that was 2001, 2002?
Probably.
Yeah, that's wild.
Probably, yeah.
But anyway, he saw that peeking out of my shirt, and we just struck up conversation, and the next thing you know...
Brandon listens to this and knows that Hardy complimented him.
Oh, he definitely did.
That's dope.
And yeah, he was just like, he spent like 20 minutes with me showing me photos of his art and talking about like, not himself at all, but just how he was talking about how he splits time in Hawaii and San Francisco, and he's got a place in San Francisco, and he was getting ready to have a show. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He was getting ready to have an exhibit with his paintings, and he showed me this photo that I'll never forget. It was a woman that was holding it like on almost like a loft, like it was an elevated. It was a photo, but it was on his camera. And I remember he had to like zoom in and then scroll over. And I'm assuming, is he married?
Yeah.
All right, so it was probably his wife holding the top of the painting and just dropped it down, and it was this giant painting of a tiger.
Oh yeah.
Like wild.
Yeah.
I remember. And yeah, we just talked about art, and he asked me about, you know, myself and my situation and where I was from, and
How nice is that?
yeah, and then he was like, if you ever, he was like, I'm gonna be here for the next few weeks. If you ever want to catch up and talk art or anything, give me a call. He wrote his number on that card. Yeah, just such a like just.
It's just so cool to hear that. You know, someone who we all see as a heroic figure in this thing of ours was not only nice to you, but was interested in you and what you had to offer him, and was so excited about tattooing and art that he was excited to show you his shit.
Yeah.
Obviously excited about his show, because you think of someone so iconic as like, this is what I do. You know?
Yeah.
But that clearly wasn't the case.
No.
He was like, hey, check out what I do.
No ego.
You know what I mean?
No ego.
That
He was like,
enthusiasm is dope.
he was so sincere. Like it's a cool memory.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah. And then
That's what you wanna
I
hear.
appreciate it even more, like, you know, the older I get and looking back, it was a cool.
So, how long between then and the time you figured out that he was like the fucking father of this
It was
thing?
very soon after. So the ex-girlfriend that I was with at that time, her sister is actually she's a really good tattooer. I don't know if she's tattooing right now, but she was starting to kind of get into it at that time.
Yeah.
Her name's Jen Matthews. I don't know if you're familiar with her work. She apprenticed under somebody in Stafford, Virginia, or Fredericksburg area, and then was tattooing out at this place, I believe called Skin Deep in Waikiki. I could be wrong about that. Anyway, you should look her up. Her stuff's good. But I don't know if she's tattooing right now. Anyway, she told me, I went home with a card, and I was like, yeah, I met this really killer gentleman at work. She was like,
If you're on our side of it and you know what's up, that's like a mind-blowing story.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That
It's
is
cool.
great.
But looking back, I'm glad I didn't know who he was.
Well, yeah, because it's a pure interaction at that point.
Yeah.
If you just said, oh my God, I love your shit, it might not have gone the same way.
Yeah, and I don't really I don't get like starstruck, or I don't give a shit about like celebrity, but when there's like artists that I really admire, that's the only time when I can like feel a little like weird and not as open or myself when I'm talking to people, because I'm just, I don't know, that's the shit that's like really special and almost like makes me nervous.
Yeah, I get that. I've been so fortunate in doing this thing to meet so many people I admire, and I just try to treat them like dudes.
They're just people.
Timothy was the first guy, Timothy Hoyer, that I was like, I can't believe he's capable of this.
Yeah.
But he was, I met him, and he showed me his portfolio, and at the time, he was transitioning toward Japanese, and I wanted to get a Japanese back piece. And I've been talking to Brian Bruno about it, and Brian's like, you should get it for Timothy, you really should. And I'm looking at his stuff, and I saw that he had it was a tattoo of a wing, and it's a white wing, but it's mostly tattooed blue to look white, and it had blood like spilling over it. I just couldn't believe how well it was conveyed at that time. This was in fucking 06 or something. I said, man, this is an incredible tattoo. And he said, I don't want to do anything gory. I don't want to do anything that is bloody. Because he was known for the swan he had done that was like gutted and spraying and all that
I was
shit.
going to say, because that's like his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm trying to do timeless. And I said, well, I'm not interested in the blood. I'm interested in the wing. I was thinking about getting a crane on my back. And he was like, oh, then yes, I really would love to do that. And so we talked for a couple months. And then he started tattooing me. And, he has this kind of a carefree attitude when you talk to him. But obviously he's a serious artist, He tattooed me a handful of times, and I was a different person then. I've told this on here before, but he postponed my first appointment, and I called Brian Bruno, and I was like, what's up with your boy? What the fuck is this? I ain't got time to be rescheduling shit. I'm trying to get going, dog.
Right.
And Bruno was like, shut up and get he's like, shut up and get a better tattoo. That's all you're getting. He was like, you know, Timothy just postponed it so it could be perfect.
Right.
He said, don't be stupid. So the day I went to get it outlined, instead of taking a tracing, because I'm such a big motherfucker, he told me to stand across the room and he just drew my shape.
Yeah.
From my head to my knees.
Wow.
And so he was like, if I need to make this fit, then I need to see the shape of your body perfectly, and so I'm just going to draw it in like that. And I went there, and he had that drawing taped to a lamp, and he had 2 small photographs of cranes. Little ones. But they were taped to the lamp, too. So he drew it all. He drew it like from like here up, and then he wiped it all off. And he tried it again, and he wiped it all off. And he went, go smoke a cigarette. Give me 20 minutes. I'm going to try one more time. If it doesn't work out, we'll have to reschedule. So I went downstairs, upstairs, I called Brian Bruno. I go, your boy's tripping, bro. I go, what the fuck? And he goes, Nick, if you don't shut the fuck up. He's like, you're really getting on my... He's like, Timothy's the best tattooer you'll ever know in your life. He's trying to nail this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Don't be impatient. He's not being impatient. He's letting it happen. But it's got to happen right. Just shut your fucking mouth.
Right.
Because that was a mouthy, like, kind of just, you know, hot-headed dude. And I was like, all right, dog, I'm trusting you. Because I've been knowing Brian for a very long time. And I went back up, and he drew it on. And he was like, this is it. And I said, can I go look at it? He's like, no, let's get started.
Damn.
So,
you're like, all right, yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Because I, you know.
You gotta have faith in
I was
that
looking
guy,
at the draw. Well, I knew who he was.
Yeah.
Another thing that was made that day kind of frustrating is this lady, Amy, was tattooing in the booth next to Tim. Well, just one big open room. There's no booths. And the girl.
What shop was this?
It was Alive, but O'Donnell had gone, and Timothy was about to leave. And then she took it over, and Amy called it Trademark Tattoo. It was on. It was an upstairs space in Carytown.
Yeah.
Cary Street. And the girl that she was tattooing had been dating Andrew Connor off and on. So he and I lived together in Harrisonburg. So every single day she's at our house, and I don't really care for her that much. And she's getting tattooed, and I'm naked standing there for fucking 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just weird and frustrating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's an uncomfortable situation.
It's just weird. And they also had like an observation window. So like a window that was like this tall, that was 10 feet long, and people would just come and watch Timothy work.
Yeah.
From that window.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And so it's just like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know.
But you got a fucking crazy tattoo.
Epic tattoo from him. And he's one of my dearest friends. But the reason I said all that, because he was the first person that I was like, I can't believe that this human being is capable of making this.
Yeah.
And he came and tattooed me in Harrisonburg one time, and he tried to come back to Richmond, and he got snow. He hit snow on Afton Mountain, and he couldn't come. So he called me. He was like, "Hey, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a room. It's 11:30. You got a place for me to crash?" And I said, "Yeah." And he came over, and we watched Iron Monkey, the old kung fu flick. Smoked joints all night and watched, you know, fucking Crouching Tiger or Hero. Just watched kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Smoked weed, and he became a regular guy in those moments.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, I was like, oh, you know, he's more comfortable with me treating him like I'm treating everybody.
For sure.
Than me being, you know, a little tense around him because I don't want to say the wrong thing. And I just stopped doing that. So when I was able to meet Corey Miller or Juan Puente or Leo Zuleta and all those guys that I'm blown away that I've, you know, smoked weed with these guys and kicked it with these guys and recorded with these guys, I was able to approach it more casually based on that lesson learned.
They're normal people. They just have incredible abilities, you know? Talented folks that work hard, and some work harder than others to get there, you know?
100%.
But yeah, that's all it is.
We had this conversation amongst the fellas at Alley Cat, because Andrew, people tell Andrew he makes it look easy, and that bothers him. I was like, you know how hard I have to work to make that look easy?
Yeah.
But I think
it's a compliment for sure.
Well, I think what they're trying to convey to him is that, you know, he has a style that seems natural to him. Like if you look at a girl head he did yesterday and a girl head he did in 04, yesterday's better, but there's certain things like this divot in the lip, and there's certain things that are signature about it. It seems like it's sort of like just for him. It's just the way it's done. I don't know, but I think that what people are trying to say is that he makes something difficult look.
That's exactly what they're saying.
He's just like, man, I got
trying to pay him a compliment. It just
It's like the old Dolly Parton saying it costs a lot of money to look this cheap. You know?
Right. Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah. Let's talk more tattoos. I've got some good ones on my legs. I'll show you.
See what you got, though.
Some fun ones.
Yeah, dog, you do.
So, let's see. Aaron Coleman.
One of my absolute favorite tattoos.
Mike Wilson, Aaron Coleman, Gordy Jones, Wilson.
Let me see that hanging again, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, the curtain. How old is that thing?
When did he do that shit? A few years. A couple years.
Like you got the curtain way before the curtain wave.
No, the curtain wave was
Well, right now it's
still going. Yeah, it's still going. Keith Maynard. I don't know if you know Keith.
I know his stuff. Everybody loves him.
You do. You need to talk to him. He's one of my favorite guys, and he's one of my favorite artists. Keith Maynard, Matt Nelson, Bowie's done a lot of my stuff.
Hell yeah.
I actually got this one at your spot. This really ignorant, horny toad John Henry did on that. Did that one. Rasher's like my favorite, so he did that one. I know, at Absolute. Mike Rickards did that.
Cool.
Steve Byrne did that little Jesus.
Yeah.
Bowie. Keith Harper.
I love Keith.
Bowie.
Keith's the coldest in the game, though.
Yeah. Anyway, I got some fun ones.
You got some great ones,
Nick from Great Lake.
Oh, yeah. And Coella.
Yeah.
You got a great collection going.
Yeah. Fun ones.
Have you done your back or front?
Marina did that one. That was a weird situation. I don't think Marina really likes me too much.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I fucked up, and I'm such a fan of her tattoos.
Oh, she's incredible.
Somehow, like, I was not novice to getting tattoos at this point. This was a few years back. This is probably, I don't know, 5 years ago maybe? Maybe more than that, because it was probably, I don't know. At any rate, I had an appointment time, and for whatever reason, I don't know how I fucked it up, but I thought it was at noon, and I guess it was early. It was when Absolute was still
on Grace.
Yeah. And she was working there.
Yeah.
And I texted her, my wife now, girlfriend at the time, showed up, and it was well before the real time of the appointment. I was like, we're gonna go grab a coffee. I texted her or DM'd her or something. I was like, we're gonna go grab a coffee really quick. Do you need anything? And she was probably annoyed at that because it was close to the actual time, but I was like 2 hours early or an hour early or something.
Right.
I always go to my appointments early.
Right. Especially since this one. That one.
And she was like, no, I'm good. And looking back, I'm sure she was annoyed by that. And then we go and we just sit outside on some steps, like waiting, not the steps going up to Absolute, but steps right across the street. And we walk in, and again, it's like 11:45. I thought the appointment was at noon.
Right.
And I guess it was at 11. I've been sitting out there the whole time, like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
She was pissed. So I walk in, she was like, yeah, I can't tattoo you. And I was like, and when I realized, I felt awful.
Sure.
Like I felt sick, and that's not me.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
she probably don't care anymore.
yeah, I was like, man, I feel really fucking bad.
These things happen.
Yeah, these things happen. But yeah, I came back and got tattooed, and all was well. But yeah, that was a shitty scenario for me.
There's only two people that Bruno ever told me to put on my podcast. Her and Adam Martin. Now, he helped me get a ton of people, but those are the only two people that he was like, you should...
She's a badass, man.
Yeah.
She is a badass.
And she's done 2 episodes, and they're both crazy. One of them was just about fighting.
Yeah.
When she fucking trained for 12 weeks and then went to Thailand and fought.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a bad bitch, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. Yeah, she's cool.
Killer tattoos, too.
Oh, man. Everything she touches.
Yeah.
She's done some cool shit, too. She's done some shit for Nike and she's done some interesting stuff. So how did you find, like, when your early stuff was your stuff on your arms, where were you getting, so you got tattooed in Radford, then you started getting tattooed in Richmond?
Yeah, I started getting tattooed in Richmond and then came home. And a guy who's become a friend, Chris Garcia. I don't know if you're familiar with Chris's work. He owns a shop called Red 5.
Okay, so the last night the Saltwater guys just gave him all the praise. They said he's a great guy.
He's probably like one of the nicest guys I know, and without a doubt, like in terms of full scope artist, like he's unbelievable. Like full package painter is just like wild. I mean, he's black and gray guy, like ultra realism, crazy.
Let's just go down there while I'm in town.
You should go say what's up to him, because he'd be a good guy to talk to, and you'd like to meet him. Like he's just solid dude. So anyway, he started tattooing me. He was working at some like crazy shop in Vegas.
Yeah.
And on my way back and forth from Honolulu to Virginia Beach, I had a layover in Vegas. I was like, I'd love to get tattooed, man. So he tattooed me for like 8 hours, 9 hours in the hotel room with my girlfriend at the time and her mom in the room. It was awkward, weird.
Yeah.
Because it got late.
Well,
and
what's
he's
funny
still
about
sitting
that is
there.
like getting tattooed in a hotel room is like the thing that so many people would tell you is shady, you should never do.
Yeah.
But I've been tattooed by fucking incredible tattooers in hotel rooms, so it's like, you know, it's hard to explain that.
It was probably
to civilians.
Yeah, it was like 2009. He did my parents' portraits. I've
been looking at those since you said that. They're great.
That was 2009.
Can I just say, and you
he did them small.
No. What I want to say is, 2009.
Yeah.
That's motherfucking
Crazy.
16 years ago, and he knew how to build those tattoos at that time in a way that they would hold up forever.
Yeah.
They're not delicate. They have black in them. They have weight in them that they will continue to look incredible as long as you protect them from the sun.
Yeah.
That is your window arm. But as long as you continue to protect them from the sun, man, those portraits are...
Yeah.
That's a skilled tattooer.
Yeah, he's a badass.
You have to understand, like, if you try to do twinky stuff, it looks really cool in the moment, but, you know...
It'll be shot in a few years.
It'll just disappear.
Fades out, yeah.
And I'd rather, you know... Like, I'm sure the shadow on the forehead of your dad and stuff was... And under the chin was heavier at one point.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But, man, they look
still looks good.
great.
Yeah, it still looks good.
No, they look fucking great.
Yeah.
That's just a skilled tattooer. And any tattooer, particularly black and gray guy, who's worth their salt, would look at that and know, you know what? That's the truth.
He did my dog too, which is all ashy. He did that probably... Shit.
And that's a little more tweaky, but the same formula. It's just great.
And he did, there's a chimpanzee smoking a cigarette on the back of one of my thighs. He did that. I don't know if you saw that. Anyway, you need to go talk to him.
Yeah,
his shop's not far from here. He's just a great guy. Really great guy. Yeah, so he started tattooing me, and then I just started getting really... I gravitated towards, you know, American traditional stuff. And it was funny. I had a brother who was living in New York, and I went up to... I would go like a couple times a year. Went to Coney Island. Went to one of those like circus act, like freak show.
Yeah.
And there was this guy that was just covered, and I was just like, damn, that guy's got some cool fucking tattoos. And it was that point where I was really into like punk rock, pretty much just like 70s British punk, but like growing up it was all hip hop and punk, so I was always exposed to it. But it's weird, it's like I never... That style of tattoo wasn't something that I ever like ended up gravitating towards until my early 20s. I got tattooed a lot, like from like 20 to 25. I was like getting tattooed a lot.
At that age, I got tattooed once a month at minimum.
Yeah.
That's when I got full. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
And so once you're getting tattooed by somebody that's good, it's easier to find other great tattooers.
Yeah, for sure.
They put you on, and people that are productive and only want you to get tattooed by them aren't that talented.
Yeah.
And people that are like, those James Billy tattoos they're next level. James is a different guy.
Yeah.
And so.
And I wouldn't have been exposed to their work. Like a lot of those guys' work. Like I will say, Tony Riccio at Saltwater definitely, like he was tattooing me a lot.
He's incredible too.
And he definitely put me on because he knew the style that I liked. I like the like weird, funky, anything R. Crumb too. Like is my shit. And so yeah, he pointed me in certain directions. Definitely Rasher and Bowie and a few others, but yeah.
Coleman, man. Aaron Coleman's one of my favorites.
Oh, he's
incredible.
He's the best. And like such a fucking nice guy. Like the nicest guy.
I'm surprised more people, and I know that you can't do, you can look at him as an example, but that doesn't mean you can do what he does, but the aesthetic of traditional American with Japanese background is so appealing. It's so just easy to look at.
Yeah.
And he does it so well. I'm surprised more people, because he does it with a lot of color clouds and stuff like that that are daring to do it that way.
Yeah.
But he pulls it off, and I'm surprised.
It's his. Like when you see one of his tattoos, I mean, I know that I was like, that's him.
But just when you see a sleeve of classic stuff that has wind and lightning behind it, you're like, it pulls you in so well.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, it's like some of the best tattooing you ever see, and people, I don't know, I guess it's harder than I'm making it out to be, but that style, man, but his, when you see a fucking crazy Mr. Lucky with purple fucking coin clouds all on it, fuck, pinky to pink clouds.
I know. It's also, it's so fun to look at. Like, really fun to look at.
So how old are you?
42.
Okay, so we're pretty close. I'm 47.
Yeah.
So you said that you grew up on hip-hop.
Yeah.
What's your shit? What's
shit, man. So, my brother, I had a brother that, everything, he was 3 years older than me. So, you're a product of your environment, but everything that was cool, I didn't learn it from anyone else except him.
Yeah.
And, it started off with, definitely hip-hop. Wu-Tang was something different for me. It was for a period of my life, kind of one of those things when you're so impressionable. It was like nothing else sounded good except for that. Yeah. But I listened to a lot of Slick Rick, a lot of older stuff.
Me too.
And then I got into some other stuff like Goody Mob. I listened to a lot of
their first albums.
Oh.
It's in my top 10 favorite albums.
Yeah. I don't know if you know Artifacts, but I listen to a lot of underground stuff like that. All the while my progression into punk rock, which there is so much commonality between good hip hop and punk, not necessarily in sound, but just really the foundation of what's driving both of them.
Origin.
Exactly.
Just poor people.
Yeah.
Making what you can out of the little bit you have, and 2 chords is a motherfucker. And so is just an 808 machine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
so I mean Nas, everything Nas.
I'm everything Nas now, but I came to Nas a little bit late.
Really? Mm.
So my cousin played the Great Adventures of Slick Rick for me, and my mom, being from Brooklyn and us living in the South, she gave us License to Ill. Me and my brother used to License to Ill cassette. But when I heard the Great Adventures of Slick Rick, I was like, this is different.
Yeah.
This is something crazy.
Yeah.
And I was everything Wu-Tang.
It was mostly East Side stuff that I was listening to, but then Far Side, Far Side did something different for me.
Yeah.
I love Far Side shit.
The kid that's here with me, he's a couple rooms down. I was playing Snoop Dogg's first record for him today, And Doggy Style's an incredible album.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and just the flows and the beats and you know,
That
Corrupt, some of those Corrupt records and shit. But so I went from Slick Rick to you know, so I got in my friend's older brother's car one day, and he had Gangstar Hard to Earn.
Yeah, well,
The first Bone Thugs, and I don't know if it was 36 Chambers or Tikal. It was one of those two. And we were driving to Roanoke, which is a 2-hour drive, so we listened to it all.
yeah.
And I liked the Bone record, but I loved the Gangstar record. And I loved the Wu-Tang record.
Yeah.
And so I just became really, really, really into Gangstar, which got me into J-Roo.
Tribe Called Quest.
Definitely Tribe. I wasn't a De La guy. It was a little too lighthearted for me.
Yeah, I wasn't much a De La Soul.
I wanted shit a little more grimy.
Yeah.
But, you know, once I had heard 36 Chambers, I bought Tikal the day it dropped. I bought Liquid Swords the day it dropped. I bought Iron Man the day it dropped. I bought Cuban Link the day it dropped.
Yeah.
Even the Pillage the day it dropped.
Yeah. Liquid Swords is, I mean, shit, forever. The 2 discs.
Oh, bro. Wu-Tang Forever is
You don't skip a track.
massive, bro.
You don't skip a track.
No, hell no. Even the interludes, the chick, you know,
Yes.
when Papa Wu's just talking about the nation and, and the 5% nation.
It keeps you in.
I love it.
Oh, me too, man.
Loved it.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm a hip hop fanatic, and you know, I was playing that Snoop record for him, and he was like, "What is this?" And I told him, and I'm rhyming every word to every song, and he's like, "I don't think there's an album that I know every word to," and I'm like, "There's 200 albums that I know every word to."
Me too.
Not even a question.
It's like you know exactly what the next song's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's because these kids don't have. They're not listening to CDs too.
Well, I told him culturally, like time wise, you're not going. You don't have a destination that you're going to. Searching for the thing, getting it home, opening it, reading the shout outs, reading who produced the tracks,
all the cover art,
like, all that shit. It was a whole thing. It consumed my day.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I just listened to it. You know,
dude,
I also went bananas for Predator.
Yeah.
And Lethal Injection. Yeah. Those were 2 records that meant a lot to me as a kid.
I got really into Talib Kweli too for a while.
Talib's nasty.
Yeah, Mos Def I kind of got into for a little bit. I mean, dude, nothing though has for me, and it came out a little bit later, but Clip stuff is like, I mean, shit. How do you feel about that latest record?
It's fucking. I can't believe Kendrick beat it for Record of the Year. That was a snub, dog. That was, we can't give that to Virginia. That's all that was.
Yeah, I don't. Well, whatever. They got one. They got one of the Grammys, but
and they also got the consensus that this is the better record in my opinion.
I think
but
so.
It's not as known. You know what I mean? It's the Kendrick is a Drake level star, and the Clips are cocaine rap.
Yeah,
which is all I really care about after Cuban Link came out.
I know.
Like Cuban Link, and I also love to hear Pusha in particular talk about Cuban Link.
Yeah.
That is a feeling of nostalgia, and it's also when there's an artist that you identify with, and then they describe the thing that you love about the thing that you love, that's just so endearing to that artist. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
Lay it on me, dog. You know those guys.
Well,
And so, first of all, I was like, do I even ask Sam about Pharrell and Clips? Because your relationship with them, to me, doesn't define your art, and I was into your shit before I saw you next to them. However, I'm a fan of that, and I'm enjoying this conversation, so I want to know.
Yeah, so I'm good friends with Terrence's wife, Jenny, who is an incredible artist herself. She's gotten into ceramics, and she's a badass. You know, I've met Malice once in Paris, but you know, the interactions, they're super nice, super supportive people. You know, they I really feel like they care about supporting local folks too, when they get an opportunity. You know, my relationship with Pharrell is a lot closer than it is with those guys.
Sure.
All I'll say about that is I did some work for them, and that led to the exposure of the work to Pharrell, and then this is going back like 6 years.
Okay.
And Pharrell was kind enough to reach out, and we talked about some things and talked about some potential projects. He's just like, in short, that guy is exactly who you'd want him to be.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, so encouraging, poetic, with words of encouragement, support. He really holds this community on his back and wears it like proudly.
Yeah. Which
you see people, you know, with celebrity status that talk about their hometown, but like none of them do it like he does.
Well, he's here, right? Like he's doing things here.
He does shit here. I mean, he doesn't live here, but,
right, but he does festivals here. He supports art here.
Yes. Yeah. He cares about this place.
When he looks at your stuff, and I'm not trying to get you to talk. I'm not trying to put you in a position where you're like, oh, I'm the shit. But when he talks to you about your stuff, does he describe it and have the enthusiasm that the way I have it, because he's also sees these people his whole life?
Yeah, so he I think he and I connect on a lot of levels, but I think he and I love cartoons. Like he is a Mike Judge fan.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And like one of the biggest compliments I ever get is, and I get it all the time, is like they're like, yeah, the people that you draw remind me of like characters in Beavis and Butthead, and I'm like, I wear that as definitely a high badge to hold, because I love that shit. Yeah. Like that shit was so meaningful to me growing up, and obviously impressionable to the point where I probably mimic a little bit of it. Yeah, I mean, that was what the knee jerk was you capture Virginia Beach and the oceanfront specifically so well through your drawings, and your animations and stuff like that, and your paintings, and that's ultimately why the connection was made, and why he continues to support. Yeah.
You know, I love that you said you're not poking fun at them, but you're clearly expressing humor in some of the images. Yeah. And maybe all of them, but I love that when something comes across as acknowledging the humor in a way, like John Prine record. Like, you know, I love John Prine, and he was a serious songwriter, but he could convey humor in a great way, and that's what I feel like
it's a great way to put it. Like, you know, the way my application of, I'm not a fine artist. I'm not a trained artist. I took a lot of classes in college, but it's really rudimentary, like what I do, right? Block coloring, no shading, bold black outline, easy to look at. Yeah. I think the reason the people that do like enjoy looking at my stuff is because it's probably, maybe consciously or subconsciously, it connects to some level of nostalgia. Maybe looking at like a Sunday Funny, or like, you know, a comic strip, something like that. Sure. It's just like easy. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. My technique is barely technique. I draw with pencil, go over it. The iPad changed my game. Sure. Because it just made things so efficient and easy. Like
correcting things.
Yeah. I was still, up until a few years ago, probably like 3 years ago, I was still drawing everything by pencil, scanning that in, and then going over it like at the time I was using Photoshop with like a mouse and shit, and then the Procreate, just like, and those were Igor, who I know you know.
Big shout to Igor.
Yeah, one of my favorite people on the planet. He was like, dude, you gotta get one of these, and he had one. I fucked around with it in his shop, and I was like, damn, this thing is pretty fun. Yeah. So I don't know, where the fuck were we?
It's about humor.
Yeah. So I like exaggerating things. Yeah. You know, some people might look at my stuff and be like, yeah, he's exaggerating, you know, the reality. Not always am I, which is fucking crazy. If you look at some of my photos, I mean, that's why I share my photos. And going back to like what you brought up earlier, so I've been documenting that Like I'll go, and the adventures, the trips that I have on my daily routine at the ocean front on my bike or on my skateboard, or just sitting on a bench snapping photos of folks just living, and then sharing those as more of just like self-documentation for me, but like allowing a person that decides that they want to follow my social media kind of a peek behind the curtain. I'm trying to like make a direct correlation with, okay, this is what I'm seeing, and you can see my art, and hopefully it's pretty easy to make that connection.
Yeah,
without being so on the nose about it. Like, that's what it is. But my wife had some serious health stuff last year, and this guy got me at a vulnerable time. Like, and I had posted something, and in my stories, he had screenshotted each one of the stories, and there was like 4 photos that I had posted that day, and then he put that up and put me on blast and called me really a piece of shit. All the while I was like conflicted, because I'm like, this guy's kind of throwing shots at me, but like contradicting his point, because he's posting what he's saying I shouldn't.
Sure, post.
So I was shooting holes in the stuff in my mind, but like he got me, and I was like, you know what? I hear you.
Was he saying you're exploiting people?
Yeah, he was saying I was a bully. He was saying that I was disgusting. He was just doing a lot of shit that like cut me.
It makes it sound like he feels that way.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know,
but I reached out to him, and I said, look, man, and I took all the stories down. I said, I appreciate it. I said, you know, I don't do this. Typically, I would say, fuck you, don't follow me. Like, I don't care. But I was going through some shit, and I was like, I never want somebody to think I'm that big of a prick to where I'm like making a spectacle of somebody. I'm like putting a photo up of somebody because I think it would be funny to joke on them, because that's not what it is that I do.
Yeah. I've never felt that way.
Well, most people don't, and I will say that's the first time ever that someone's reached out to me and said, like, it goes over pretty well, like, surprisingly.
Yeah, well, I also don't see you putting a portrait of a human being and one of your paintings right next to each other,
right?
And going, look what I did with this.
Right.
You don't do that.
I don't do that shit. Nah.
And so, I just really feel like regular people are the unsung heroes of the world.
Oh, for sure.
That when you look at someone who has lived and they wear it on their face, their look, their body, whatever, you're looking at like the fabric of America.
For sure.
And I never ever thought you were making fun of it.
Nah, never, because I'm not.
And when you see one of your caricatures of, you know, a likeness of that,
right,
that you may be able to draw a line from a human, I feel like you're making them fun, and I feel like you're making them more accessible because it's a cartoon.
I was asked to put a mural up this past spring down here at the ocean front, and I was like, cool, yeah. Like, I good acquaintances with, I'm friends with the guy whose family actually owned the building, but this was like, it was a campaign that they do around here for like a small festival, if you want to call it that, for murals. So they approached me. They were like, this is the building, X, Y, and Z. Are you interested? I was like, yeah, I'm interested. Yeah. So I drew some stuff, I put some renderings together, mocked some stuff up, gave it to them. Long story short, there's some back and forth. Long story short, I was told that my art is derogatory and an incredibly poor reflection of the city. And I said, you know what? And then they asked me if I could edit it, sanitize it, which there's nothing to really sanitize.
Yeah.
But they wanted it to be my work, but not my work. So I
polished.
Yeah. So I was like,
posh looking.
I said the only thing derogatory is your words about what I'm doing, and thanks but no thanks. Yeah. So it was shitty because like I was really excited about like painting something real big, because it was gonna be huge and it was fun. And I'll send you what I mocked up later. Like Sweepy Whitaker was involved because it was on the side of this gym down here, and it was really fucking cool. Like I was excited to do it, and I know that the city people would have eaten it up. It was cool.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Yeah, some people, they want to put your expression in their box so that people can see what they want. And that's not the same as hiring you to do something.
Well, it's not art. Like, if you want to talk about art should be, whatever it is, it should provoke thought. It should encourage challenge and make you, I mean, not to say that you can't look at something and have, immediate gratification and just like it makes you feel good. Obviously, you always want whatever you create to have a positive, feeling that by the viewer.
Right.
But I don't give a fuck if like I draw or paint or create anything. Like I don't care how people react to or respond to it, as long as it provokes something,
Yeah.
and it's not like office paintings or hotel art with fucking starfish on it, right? That are just numb, that you just don't even see. So anyway, it's like I'm challenged by certain things about this town when we say that there's like an arts district, but there's a chokehold or there are parameters that are being put in place because of dollars that are being spent on the people that are making the decisions. So it's like, anyway, that's what shit needs to change, and that's what's different about Virginia Beach versus a place, say, like Richmond.
Sure. And that's unfortunately something that is probably an uphill battle for you.
Oh, for sure.
But it like we take tattoos. I'm sure you've had people tell you, "Oh, I would never do that." And I personally love that it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
And the fact that your stuff isn't for everybody is a positive to me.
Yeah.
But I don't understand, them taking a negative from it unless they look
just
at
don't
people like that and look down on them.
Right.
And when I say like that, I just mean the source of the inspiration.
Yeah, the battle is within them.
Within them.
Yeah, for sure. I
I
recognize that.
But the fact that it's not everybody's cup of tea is part of the reason it's great.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's shit is everybody's cup of tea, but I'm not for everybody. You know what I mean?
That's great.
Yeah.
But I think that you'll also have a timelessness about your stuff that the people who love it won't get tired.
Yeah, most people are really cool with it. Most people they gravitate towards it, and then are like, man, that's fun.
Do you ever have someone ask you to do them?
Yeah.
Is that difficult? Because you want to be honest with them. You want to depict it in a way that you want to.
Yeah, I've done that before. Like I've done I just call just bad caricatures. Just so we make sure that we set the bar very low, and they know that look, this isn't gonna look like you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a silly rendition of you.
It's exaggerated.
I love doing shit like that. Just ugly portraits.
Yeah,
man. I want to do more shit like that. Like I've been asked to do weddings and stuff like that, which I've shot down. But if someone asked me today, I'd probably do it. So
when you say do weddings, you mean like portraits of the
portraits
bridegroom?
at the wedding? No. Like sit on with an easel and just
do it
rip portraits. Yeah. Which I've done that, but I haven't done it in a scenario like so formal.
Sure. But anyone that would ask you for that would have to be lighthearted, playful, and
for sure. Yeah. No, their head's in the right place.
Yeah.
They get it. Yeah, it's weird when people are familiar with the style of my stuff and then are surprised when they ask me to do something, and then I turn it over to them, and then they are like, that's not what I thought it was going to be. It's like, what the fuck did you think it was gonna be?
How do you react to that?
I don't give a fuck.
You're
I'm
like,
just like, you're an idiot.
But
You're
they
an
didn't
idiot.
tell you how to do it. They asked you just to do it.
Yeah, it's
and
so
whatever
funny.
you deliver.
The amount of conversations I've had with my wife and friends that are just like, when I'm, telling them a scenario or the outcome of a commission, when people are either not happy or it's like, what do they think it's gonna be?
Yeah.
I'm not like one of these incredible tattooers like we're talking about earlier that are just like they can do anything, right? They're not bound by a specific genre. They can literally do so many different things as it relates to putting beautiful art on a piece of flesh. I'm not that, I'm fucking.
If someone's asking for something, they're asking you to be playful.
Yeah.
Do you have murals around there?
No. I actually had to think about that. Yeah.
Now, so let me
I've
ask
done
you,
murals.
Is there something not far from here that's biting your shit? I saw like a thing with a couple characters and a bird up top.
No, that's Danny. That's this guy. So.
And I said to Avery, I was like,
when you were pulling into town,
Yeah.
off the interstate,
yeah. And I was like, this is not Sam, but this is somebody biting Sam.
Yeah, nah. He's in his defense. So Danny O'Connor is. Do you remember 17th Street Surf Shop?
Of course. Yeah.
Do you remember that signature shirt from back in the day with like the nose picker and like the gang of?
Yeah.
So that is the gentleman who created that back in like the early 80s. And he's a friend. He's a great acquaintance. He's a friend. But he was doing that. He was part of that mural fest that I was asked and approached to do, and that later I was
Just the bird in particular.
Yeah.
I thought that's a version of Sam's bird.
Yeah. He actually didn't ask me, and he painted it all. Everything worked out, for the best, because I was supposed to have been in that, and I would have been doing a mural for like a week, and then that's when the Virginia pop-up ended up getting scheduled. So I was way too busy for that anyway when Pharrell came into town and launched the Virginia thing here and did the jellyfish thing here. So I was like super busy with all of that anyway. But I say all that because he painted a jellyfish like on a skateboard. Didn't ask me to or anything. He just did it. But it's all good. I've had a couple other people that have been like, "Hey man, it looks kind of like your stuff."
Yeah. I just thought it's too safe to be Sam's, but the bird in particular looks like you were referenced.
I don't even think I've seen the bird, but
it's like there's a couple things down here, and then there's upper corner closest to the road.
Yeah, I'll pay a look. I'll go back.
I just thought if I thought that, there's some locals would definitely fuck that.
Yeah, maybe so. Danny's a great guy. Such a great guy.
I know a fella who surfed for 17th Street for 30 years.
Who's that?
George Disgain.
I don't know.
He's a great guy. He lived. So if you take a right, or if you turn into Watergate Lane from Kings Grant Road, right where it splits.
Yeah.
He lived at the first house on the left.
Huh.
Him and his wife Corinne, and they had a daughter named Clay. Good people.
Damn. I don't know how I don't know them. Especially him.
He's if he's still alive, he's got Alzheimer's or something. But Corinne is still around.
Huh.
And Clay, and Corinne's great. Clay. Well, I probably shouldn't be saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah.
And George was just like they were. First of all, Corinne, I was like, she was a friend of my granny's, but she was a lot younger than my granny. And I was like, Corinne, that's smoking hot.
Yeah.
And George was like a bit older than her. And
Right.
I was like, this dude's a player. He's got a beautiful
Good for
wife,
him.
and he surfs.
Good for George.
He gets off of work, he takes off his suit and goes surfing.
Yeah.
And he got a fine wife. They were just cool people. Like, people that my grandparents exposed me to that were good examples.
Yeah. So, what's the date of this Shenandoah Rose?
August 7th, 8th, and 9th.
I'm gonna have to get up there for that.
I'm gonna get a block of hotel room, so I'll be sure.
Yeah, I definitely want to get up there, get tattooed. I don't know if everyone's. Have you dropped everyone's name that's gonna be there?
I haven't, but I'll tell you everybody's name.
When that be some shit if I just started taking a shower?
That'd be fucking great.
It'd be fucking weird.
I mean, I would call you a weirdo when you laughed. I'd tell everybody, but
Hell yeah.
it'd be funny.
That would be funny.
So yeah, that's the full list. Like 22.
Damn.
Yeah, there's some big dogs.
Damn.
I'm a lucky fella, man.
Hell yeah.
To have been able to navigate this business and meet these guys as heroes of mine. And
You're a good guy, man. That's why it comes through.
thank you very much.
Yeah, you're authentic, and that's important. You know?
Incredibly important.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of ego there. We all have ego, but like it's not. You're a cool motherfucker. So yeah.
You know, my ego is delusion a lot. You know, like because I just believe in myself, and I'm just like I'm proud of who I am, and you couldn't tell me something about myself that negative, and I'd believe you.
Right.
But I try not to let my ego like step on other people, hurt people, or be like, you know, I'm better than anyone or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I do think I'm a bad motherfucker, and I'm happy to let anybody that wants to hear it know that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm the same way.
I just believe in myself. I just always have loved myself.
Confidence,
believed in myself.
man. Confidence.
You know, I tell my kids every day, look, you're the best looking kid in the school.
Yeah.
You're smarter than anybody you've ever come in contact with. Like you are the one.
Yeah.
So don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Don't ever second guess yourself based on other people's criticisms.
As you should, man. That's a beautiful thing.
I tell them that every day because
How old are your kids?
12 and 15.
Yeah.
And they're good, humble kids, and they say yes, ma'am, to their mother.
Right.
But they also, if somebody fucks with them, they ain't buying.
You've got. I know you got a boy.
I
Is
got
it two boys?
Daughter. No, I got a
Son and
15-year-old boy and a daughter 12.
You feel like your son? Is there a chance that he might like? Is he interested in tattoos? Does he like?
Yeah, he loves it, man.
That's cool.
Constantly reading books, and he spends a couple of days a week. Last summer, this summer he'll spend 3 days a week just hanging out the shop, tracing designs.
That is awesome.
I'm gonna, have him sit with Andrew and take some lessons drawing, and
yeah.
then, you gotta. I'm not the authority, but basically, you want to start with having him trace 5,000 designs. Mm-hmm. Just like he loves Reaper's skulls, daggers. That's the stuff he likes.
Damn, he likes cool shit.
He likes cool shit. But Alley Cat's just crushed with all kinds of crazy shit. But I tell him, don't ignore hearts and roses. Don't ignore flowers. They're great. They're just as important. And so, once he gets to 5,000 tracing, then he start lessons with Andrew on basic drawing, just basic building shapes, how to build a skull, how to build a heart, and then, then I'll have him start laying out sheets of flash, and then another 2 years maybe start watercolor painting.
Damn,
that sort of thing.
Dude, he's at such a killer age to start doing that, and man, just pick up. I mean, he being in that shop. Pick up best practices early. It's
he's a fun guy and he's lighthearted, but he's kind of serious. And so he came to me and he was like, "Hey, I want to talk to you." And I said, "What's up?" Well, first of all, when he was 10 years old, he came to me and said, "I've been thinking about a tattoo." And I go, "Yeah, what are you gonna get?" He goes, "I just want to get one. I want a suit of 9 dragons." So he told me.
He had to have heard somebody say that.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know who or when or what conversation. He'd grow up in tattoo shop.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty cool,
and
man.
so I just broke out Horiyoshi books.
Yeah.
Started showing him dragon suits, And he's like, just black and gray.
Just one tattoo.
I was like, yeah. And so I was like, well, when you turn 18, I know a guy. So
yeah.
Get you like stuff. But and then about 2 years ago, he said, "I want to talk to you about something." I said, "What's up?" He goes, "Well," he said, "I want to be able to make good money and travel, and just looking at the way you live and your friends live, I don't think I can do both of those things in any other field." And I said, "Well, you can. You can make good money and travel if you're a nurse. You can make good money and travel if you're an entertainer. You can make good money and travel. There's things you can do." I know a lady who does ticketing for concerts, and she's at the Super Bowl, and she's at, doing K-pop stuff. I was like, but the amount of freedom that you can have as a tattooer, and the people that you'll meet as a tattooer will be way richer than if you're a ticket provider at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, there's other ways to travel and make money, but this is a great way to do it.
It's pretty cool at such a young age that he recognized that traveling and perhaps, and being introduced to other cultures and stuff like that was something that he was interested in. I know when I was a kid, that was like, that couldn't have been something that would have been furthest from my mind.
Well, the greatest tattooers in the world come to our house.
Yeah, I guess there's that.
He'll ask where you from.
Yeah,
and it'll be like, oh, I'm from. Well, you'll be like, oh, I'm from Israel, but I live in New Jersey, or, he'll meet people. I'm from New York City. I'm from Texas. I'm from wherever, and it makes an impression.
Right. Yeah. No, that's right.
He thinks about the fact that they were there, and now they're in our little town, and so he's sharp, man.
Yeah. That's cool, man. As you know, I mean, my kid's almost 2.5, and it's just like, not to be cliche, but just like my whole world changed so much when he came around, and it's just he's at that age now where it's like everything is like so fun, and like I just can't wait to be around him. Can't wait to be with him. I miss him when I'm not with him. Like it's a rad thing.
When I tell new parents, and you're not a new parent, but like my buddy Richie's got a pretty young daughter, and one of the most fulfilling things for me watching my kids, especially at the age you're talking about, is experiencing firsts over and over and over.
Oh, man.
First time they taste the ice cream, the first time they taste the lemon. You're seeing them make a reference bank in real time of things they've never tried before, never seen before, never touched before.
Yeah.
And they're seeing, tasting, touching, feeling those things. And it's beginning this data bank of reference that we all have it once you're a certain age, but that they're creating in real time and you're watching it.
Yeah, it's special.
It's fun.
It is really special, for sure. No, I've enjoyed it. And he paints. We do it almost every day, and he loves it. Like I've got to put the shit away. So it's like it's gonna be cool to share that. It's gonna be cool to like just expose him to like everything.
Yeah.
And then just nurture the shit that he loves.
Sometimes first I was like, I always tell my kids the truth about everything, and now that I've told them some things about my childhood and growing up, that I'm like, I could have done without that or waited till they were older. But I definitely exposed them to everything, and anything they ask me about, I try to tell them the truth. And I think it's the right way to parent.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to scare them with the realities of the world, but I also don't want them to be naive.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't grow up the way I did. Like, I'm not naive and wasn't because of the ill shit going on.
Yeah.
And they can't grow up like that. I don't want it. But then there's no way to prepare them the way I was prepared. You have to find the middle ground.
Right.
And tell them to be aware of their surroundings at all times and things like that. But if you're not aware of a threat, then you really don't you're not conscious of why you should be looking around.
Yeah.
Fully aware. I don't know. It's just like that memory of me seeing this kid get stabbed down here on Atlantic. I'm like, man, most people are laughing and eating ice cream. Walking around.
That's a wild experience, man.
Yeah. And it was.
How old were you?
12. Me and my cousin Jay.
12.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll never leave that fucking brain.
And we were laughing and smiling and eating ice cream, and there was families and groups of people.
Like blood? Guy just drops?
Just drops. And it's like when he hit the ground, he just had the guy who stabbed him had a hoodie and like heavily clothed, and this guy had shorts and a t-shirt on. And so when he hit the ground, his shirt just started going, just filling. And people just started screaming and going crazy. And me and Jay were like, looked for a minute and looked at each other, and we were like, get the fuck
dude,
out.
that's a fucked up thing for a 12-year-old today.
It was gnarly.
I hate that you saw that, but I'm glad,
That was before there was chaplains walking around and no cussing signs. You know what I'm saying?
Well, all those are gone.
Oh, they really?
Yeah. Yeah.
They ain't been gone long, have they? 5 years?
I don't know. They've been gone a while.
Yeah.
I don't know when they took them all down, but they're all gone.
Yeah.
I wanted to get one of those before they went all.
They're just funny.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. What are y'all doing tonight?
I've got another podcast, I think, at 8:30.
Who you talking to tonight?
Anthony, let's call him Black Anthony.
Black Anthony.
George Hall said,
Oh,
Ant.
Ant. Yeah, I met that guy. He's at, well, I don't know where he works now, but he was at Red 5.
Yeah, maybe he is. But I don't know him well, but I've known him for years, and we've always talked about doing it, and just came the opportunity. But I told the kid, I said, after we record with Anthony, we're getting drinks or doing something tonight.
Yeah.
We got to.
Well, they'll point you in the right direction, but there's, if you need any direction, let me know.
Okay. All right.
Because I got my finger on that pulse.
Hell yeah.
If it wasn't Valentine's dinner tonight with the lady, then I would be out there with you. I'd be showing you the town.
Hell yeah.
So
What are you guys doing for dinner?
Mizuno, it's the only place in town to eat sushi.
Okay.
I shouldn't say that.
It's your favorite place in town to eat sushi.
You're right. Yeah. Thank you for auto-correcting me there. I've got a buddy that owns a sushi spot up the street that is great, but or
the one by Love
buddies.
Song.
Yeah.
That's where Stephanie sent me. Can't remember what she called it, but yeah. I don't know much about sushi, unfortunately. You can't get great sushi in Harrisonburg.
Well, there's a spot up the street that rivals anywhere in the country. Anywhere in Hawaii.
Wow.
I got a lot of sushi in Hawaii. I mean, have you been to Hawaii?
No.
You walk into a fucking grocery store and you can get fucking poke like anywhere.
Yeah.
Foodland, Safeway, they've got it by the pound, just tuna. Just fucking throwing it in
I
like...
love poke.
Me too. But there's a spot up the street called Mizuno. What up, Walter? In Beverly. And it is the best sushi, I mean, I think, really in the country.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You have to know what you're ordering, or will you say,
Nah.
take me on a ride?
Nah. It's everything on the menu. It's not like that. It's not like that, like uber traditional Japanese situation where you walk in and there's, like, not even a menu.
Yeah.
Like, they've got a menu, sashimi nigiri. I like the shirashi bowls. They do nothing that you get will be bad. Like, everything's out of this world. There's a new spot that just opened up the street by the surf park called Nami Nori. It's this restaurant out of New York, and it's good. It's different. It's like it's just hand rolls. So like when I go and eat sushi, I want to overindulge. I want to be a glutton. I want to fucking get down.
Yeah.
And I want to eat it with rice and all the other shit.
Yeah.
Soy sauce.
Yeah. I've had pretty.
They don't do it at Nami Nori like that.
Yeah.
It's all hand rolls and like there's no sauces. You get it how you get it.
Sure.
Which it's cool. It's an experience.
Well, that's cool because I don't like when a restaurant makes you do the guesswork. Like when they say, "Well, how do you want it seasoned and how do you want
right,
the sauce?"
right.
You're
cooking it, motherfucker. Yeah.
And the expression you want me to. So that's good about that.
Yeah.
But I'm like you too. I also want some sauce options. I want some.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You'll let me know. Like, shoot me a text later and let me know where y'all end up because I don't want y'all heading in the wrong direction while you're in town.
I certainly will.
Yeah.
You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, man. I feel like I didn't talk about anything that I should have, but...
If there's anything you want to mention... No. That was fun, man. I enjoyed it, and I appreciate it.
It's just getting to know each other, man.
Appreciate your time.
It's just cool.
Do you want to tell folks where they can look at your art?
Art Vandalay. Art_Vandalay_1983.
Have you seen the new addition to the Guggenheim? He's like, that's me. Really wasn't that hard either.
Right.
All right, boss. Appreciate it.
Brother.
Slither all around you, touch you everywhere. We got the same worms. We got the same worms. We got the same worms, baby. They're gonna eat you. Same worms that eat me will someday eat you too.
No lies, just bullshit.